Hey everyone, it's Austin Solomon, the Solomon Group at Coldwell Banker. Welcome to this week's episode of the Real Wausau Real Estate Show. Today we're talking about the three most important tips for buyers when getting an offer accepted in this crazy market. If we're to boil it down to three things, that's what we're going to talk about today. So one of the cool parts about being on the selling side or on the seller's side in this market is that I get to see all of the offers that are coming in on these houses. And so literally probably about 150 to 200 offers I've sat down with sellers in the last 2 to 3 months on our homes and gone through them. And obviously of those, probably only 30 of the offers got accepted, right? So on average, homes are getting 5 to 7 offers. And of those, obviously only one person can get the accepted offer. So through that, I have quite a bit of insight. And if I were to boil down the three things that are most important, here's what they are. Number one is price. Number two is inspection. And number three is either cash or appraisal deficit coverage. Okay, so price, that's always kind of one of the easiest ways for sellers to sort out the offers, right? So if there's 5 offers in, and typically they're going to look at the top, the few highest offers, right? The lowest offers they can quickly sort out and eliminate. So price is obviously going to be one of the most critical components, right? That's nothing new for most buyers. One of the interesting things this year, let's go on to point number 2, is the home inspections, right? Like it or not, I can just tell you that about half of the offers that are coming in right now do not have home inspections. And I know a lot of people are like, I would never buy a home without a home inspection. And ideally, like if it was up to me, I'd love for every buyer to be able to get a home inspection, right? Like to have that peace of mind. But the reality is if half of the people are willing to waive them, right, you have to factor that in. That has to be a data point that you factor in when you're making your offer, right? If you're choosing to have a home inspection, obviously you have to be able to beat out other offers in other ways, right? That's just the data. So half of the offers that are coming in don't have home inspections. Of the offers that are getting accepted, from what I'm seeing, about 30% of the offers that are accepted are still able to have a home inspection. So again, this is just kind of data and some trends that I've seen, right? Obviously it depends from house to house. Obviously on an older home that's 100 years old, that's much different than a house that's 20 years old, right? So I'm just giving some very broad advice in the marketplace. Obviously I would advise everyone to consult with their agent. That's what the whole purpose of having an agent is, to craft an offer for a particular home that gets you in an ability to win, right? But when it like I say, with this market in general, about half of the offers don't have home inspections. Third point is appraisal, either cash or appraisal deficit coverage. So what that means is that the best way I can describe this is a lot of times when I sit down with sellers, we price the home, right? Maybe I helped them buy this house 3 years ago and they bought it for $150. Now I come back to them and I say, hey, good news. We're going to put your house on the market for $200,000. This is like a legitimate example. I just helped them buy it 3 years ago for $150. Now it's on the market for $200. And they're excited. They're like, Austin, that sounds fantastic. We love to hear that, right? Well, then we put it on the market. Now we have 5 to 6 offers, and 3 of the offers are in like our 215 to 220, right? Now the seller's like, oh my goodness, like we would have been thrilled with 200,000, but now we have offers that are 215 to 220. Now the first question that pops into their mind, right, is will, like the buyers, they're getting financing, will the house appraise out? Are they actually going to be giving us the 215 or 220, or are they going to have an appraisal for their loan and then the price just gets dropped down to what the appraisal is, right? Like that's one of the biggest questions and concerns for sellers, and legitimately so, especially when we all kind of agreed upon, hey, let's put it on the market for 200, right? So one of the things that buyers are doing up front is they're addressing that with the sellers. They're saying, hey, sellers, by the way, we know that we're paying $20,000 over, and I'll tell you what, we are doing an appraisal because we do need a loan, and if it does come back low, we're willing to pay $10,000 more than the appraisal, right? Well, that gives the seller some assurance that, hey, if it appraises out low, they have the money to bring to the closing, right, to pay $10,000 over the appraisal, right? So in that case, if it did appraise out at like 205, the sellers are getting at least 215. If it appraised out at the 200, at least they're getting 210, right? So quite simply, those are the 3 things that help buyers get their offer accepted in this crazy market.